We're going to move through quickly today so we can cover ground. If something is not understood, stop me, please. Just no problem, because I'm just heads up. We're going to move quickly. So the quote on the page there, the white under the word Hanukkah. Tana Rabbanan, this is from the Gemara, the Talmud that deals with the laws of Hanukkah. Tana Rabbanan, our sages taught. Mitzvahs Hanukkah, the mitzvah of the Hanukkah menorah is as follows. Neir ish ubeisai, one candle per person per household. That's level 1. That's it. You heard right. One candle each night per household. No more is required for 8 nights to do that each night. Next level, v'mahadrin, those who want to perform the mitzvah on a more enhanced level. Then ner l'kol echad v'echad. Each person above the age of bar mitzvah will light one candle each night. That's it. V'mahadrin, mina mahadrin. There's a third level. If somebody wants to observe the mitzvah enhanced within enhanced, so we have the famous dispute between Shamai and Hillel. Shamai says, first night you light 8, second night you light 7, third night you light 6, and so on. The other way. The first night you light 1, and you continue adding. All right, that's the famous dispute between the school of Shammai and the school of Hillel. As you're all aware, the law is like Hillel, that if you want to do it, everybody does. On the third level of observance, Mahadrim and Mahadrin, you do it like Hillel says, and that is, you start with 1 and then you add, so that the 8th night, today, last night, you lit 8 candles. What is the source, the root foundation of this dispute between Shammai and Hillel? We're going to go into it rather deeply with several illustrations. So let us first posit the foundation. They have 2 different, and there's a word called weltanschauung. It's German, it means worldview. 2 different views in terms of reality, what is primary, and what is the purpose. To distill these 2 views into 2 simple words, they are koyach and poyel. Koyach means potential or source. Poyel means actual. Meaning, wherein lies the virtue? Does the virtue lie in the way things are in their nebula potential state, or the way things are actualized and realized and expressed? We're going to give several examples for that. To illustrate the worldview. Case in point, Hanukkah candles. The first night of Hanukkah, all 8 days stretch before us in potential, not in actual, but in potential. So Shammai says, Shammai's view is, we relate to all things as they are in their source, in their koyach, their potential, meaning in their embryonic seed-like state. Tonight, 8 nights stretch before us potentially, we light 8 candles. The second night, we've already 1 day's passed. What's left in the source, as it were? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that last night, according to Shammai, 1 candle would have been lit. Hillel says we relate to things not as they are in their source, but as they actually play out and experienced experientially here, tangibly. The first night, all we have is 1 night, 1 candle. The second night, we've experienced 2 days of Hanukkah. We shall light, or about to, we've already started the second night. We light 2 candles, 3 candles, and so on. Clear? So in the story, in the discussion about the menorah, they are expressing their 2 views, whether we relate to time, in this case it's time, the potential of time, or we relate to time as it's actualized moment by moment, day by day. Now, several other arguments between Shammai and Hillel, and you'll see how they are consistent. Here we go. I mentioned some simpler ones, but some of them are very complex. Shammai and Hillel argue throughout the entire Talmud. All of the arguments, all of them, not just them, but their disciples, come down to the same two worldviews, two positions. But more than that, which we're not going to go into, then why do you have to argue about every other case? If I know your position, I'll know automatically what you hold. Tzrichese. So the Rebbe explains how all of the arguments you could argue in this case is different, and why they have to say it again. This subject would be mamish. It's a whole book, literally a whole book. So we're not going to go into that nuance, just the basic. Now, for example, a couple of examples. In halacha, there's a laws of purity and impurity, tum and tahara. When something is alive, a creature that is alive, it's impervious, it cannot become tummy. It only becomes tummy, it's only subject to becoming ritually impure if something, or somebody or something which is impure touches it once it's dead. Now, the case is like this, a fish. When do we consider fish susceptible to makabel tumah, to receive tumah? Right? So Rabbi Shammai says, the moment you have got them in the net, you hold them out of the water, they're in the net. Since they cannot survive, if an impure person or object touches those fish are literally impure, and if you eat them, you can't go to the Beis Hamikdash, whatever the limitations are. You can't eat food from a korban. Hillel says, no, they have to actually die. Now, again, the same argument. Beis Shammai says, the death is already there in essence. They cannot survive not being in water. They don't have to actually die. So from the moment that you take them out of the water, they're already susceptible to contracting tumah. Beis Hillel says, no, they have to actually stop thrashing around in the net, stop being physically dead. Clear? Now, another example. A common one. Just one more. Shema. This is the opening Mishnah of Masechta Brachas of the entire Talmud. The question is, the reading of the Shema at night. The Torah says, "B'shach b'cha," when you lie down. So what's the deadline? What's the deadline for reading the Shema? It starts at nightfall. That's clear. All agree it starts at nightfall. But when's the deadline for reading the evening Shema? So Rabbi Eliezer says, and he was a Talmud of Beis Shammai, he divides the night into 3 parts, and it's after the deadline is at the end of the first part. After that, if you say the Shema, you've said the Shema, very nice, you did not fulfill the commandment to read the Shema in the evening. The sages, which are Beis Hillel, they say essentially till the whole night, till the morning. They just advise people to go to midnight, because if we say you can read it till the morning, a person will say, okay, I'm tired, I'll go lie down. I'll say it before dawn, and he sleeps through dawn, ends up not saying the Shema. So practically, they said till chatzos, till midnight. But in essence, it's still the morning. Same thing. What's the argument here? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I just got an extreme vertigo. Oh, it hasn't happened like this in a while. Maybe it's going to pass. Wait.
You okay, Rabbi?
Let's give it a minute. It's slowing down.
Patience, don't worry. Take your time.
Okay, room is still moving, but slow down. The merry-go-round slowed. Okay, we're going to continue.
Sure, you want to continue, Rabbi?
What?
You want to take a break?
Okay. Okay, we'll continue. So
You
here,
sure?
the question is, when the Torah says lie down, does it mean the potential for sleep or actual sleep? So Rabbi Eliezer, the school of Shammai, says lying down means when people are engaged in what's going to lead to the night sleep. But it doesn't mean the actual sleep. It's when it's set in motion, the potential of it. The potential of sleep is when you go to sleep. Then the sleep will follow. Again, the same position. Whereas the sages, which is Beis Hillel, say, no, the Torah says when you lie down, doesn't mean when you're going to sleep, when you are establishing the potential for that to happen. No, it means the actual lying down. People are sleeping a whole night, so you can say the Shema till the morning. Clear? Now, the root of all of this, going a little bit deeper, again, there's many examples. And you will understand now the depth of their argument. They have another argument. What was created first, heaven or earth? Shemayim was created first, or the world was created first, or the physical earth, heaven or earth? Now, without going into all the details of the verses, I'm just giving you the bottom line. Because the verses, the pasuk says, first Shemayim va'aretz, but I'm not going to go into the pratim just to explain, because the Gemara goes into the details to explain their positions. Shammai says, they all agree, okay, I'll just practical terms, if first heaven and then earth came at the end, that's for sure. The argument is, what's the objective? Is the objective Shamayim or is the objective heaven? Meaning to say, now we'll get to the depth of it. What's the purpose? Is the purpose to surrender the world to heaven? Are we going this way? Or is the purpose to bring heaven down and suffuse? Suffuse or surrender, big difference. Suffuse means what is, you want to fill it. Surrender means you want to burn it up and surrender it to above. That's their argument. Shammai says the heavens created first, meaning to say that's the purpose. We're down here to overcome the world. Shammai stricter, continuously, consistently, because he's saying the perfection is heaven, the potential, that's the perfection. What's the whole task? The task is to take the actualized and surrender it, connect it to its source. The purpose is to elevate, that's Shammai. That's why Shammai is Gevurah, fire goes up. Hillel says no, the purpose is not the elevation of the world, but the purpose is to bring godliness down and to fuse creation with godliness. So for Shammai, the quintessential Jewish moment is when you fast Yom Kippur, and for Hillel, it's Purim. They both have the same words, Yom Kippur, Yom Kippurim. Fasting, or no, eating, feasting, drinking, engaging. That's the argument. For Shammai, the main thing is Kiddush. For Hillel, it's Havdalah. Kiddush, you're disengaging, you're transcending. And for Hillel, Havdalah is on the opposite. The wine's spilling down, you're engaging the world. You have a similar argument. Is it better for a person to be created or not? Shammai says better you weren't created. Hillel says better you are created. What are they arguing about? You are created. How could you possibly say, Shammai say, better you weren't created? God created you. By saying better you weren't created, Shammai is saying, you know what your purpose is? You were created. Go back to the source while you're here. He's saying, not saying die. He's saying, but your life has to be to express the way the soul was before it came down in the world. And Hillel, consistent with his view, is better you are created. No, the purpose is, and of course both are true, the purpose is to suffuse the world, the body, with godliness. This is all rooted in the vision of Yecheskel. Ezekiel, he saw the angels, Rotze v'shuv, going out and returning, transcending, engaging. Erev HaBoker, it all starts at the beginning of creation. Now, Hanukkah. So going back to Hanukkah. So he said that Machlekes of Shammai and Hillel, how you light the menorah? According to Shammai, today would be 1 candle. Hillel, it's 8. So if you look on what I sent you, the first thing, the commentaries say Hanukkah stands for, it hints, Ches Neiris V'Alachake. kebeis Hillel. The word Hanukkah has 1, 2, 5 letters. And those 5 letters stand for 8 candles. They both agree 8. But how? And the halacha is like Beis Hillel. So it's very nice and very cutesy. But the question is, why? Punkt. I mean, Shammai and Hillel argue in many, many cases. Why is it when it comes to Hanukkah, the very name Hanukkah hints to the halachas like Beis Hillel? Second question. Today is called Zois Hanukkah. That's what it's called. This is Hanukkah. Why is it called This is Hanukkah? Simple reason is because we're going to read in a few minutes in the Torah the summation of all we are reading throughout the entire 8 days of Hanukkah. We are reading the way Hanukkah means to dedicate. They dedicated, the Maccabees dedicated the Beis Hamikdash that had been defiled by the Greeks. So what do we read? We read about the dedication of the very big first Beis Hamikdash, the Mishkan in the desert. And now for 12 days, each leader of the tribe, of your respective tribe, brought identical korbanos and gifts. Today, we're going to complete all 12, and we're going to read the final passage, Zois Chanukas HaMizbeach. This was the dedication of the altar, the Mizbeach, and the Mishkan. So it's called Zois Chanukah. Question. These words, Zois Chanukah, also appear at the very beginning. The very beginning, when the Torah introduces the 12 Nisim, the 12 princes, the Torah says the same expression. Zois Chanukas HaMizbeach, and it goes, this is how it was dedicated, and goes on to describe how each prince brought his offering. So the question is, why is today called Zois Chanukah? The first day could be called Zois Chanukah, because when we started to read the beginning of this whole description, which also says this is Chanukah. The answer is, to the last 2 questions, is the same answer, and that is as follows. Of all the mitzvahs we have, Chanukah is a Hillel thing. What did the sages, what were they misaken? The sages established that you have to light it when it's dark. Where do you have to place it? Pesach Beisim Bachutz, facing the outside. Integral to the mitzvah is Pirsume Nisa, publicizing the miracle. There's no mitzvah like this, which is public out there. Every other mitzvah, basically, he does Shabbos candles, everything. It's film, davening. It's in shul, it's at home. It doesn't engage the world with it. The only one which is similar is the Parei HaChag, which we're not going to go into now. We bought korbanos and there's like a connection between Parei HaChag, the Dafke Shamai, but not for now. So of all the mitzvahs we have, Chanukah expresses the Hillel view. Hillel says what? The purpose is not surrender the world, but go out there and reach it to the furthest point, illuminate the darkest place. Which mitzvah does that? Chanukah, the menorah. The sages established it. This is clearly, of all the mitzvahs, much stronger, the Hillel component. It's all about illuminating the world. Shammai is more like, if you want, come inside, come to our table. The door's open. We invite you to come in. Not going out there to illuminate. You come in, we'll help you. That's more like the Shammai attitude. But that's not how the Chacham established Chanukah. So that's the reason why of all mitzvahs, the very word Chanukah hints to Ches, Neiris, V'alacha Kebeis Hillel. And that's also why we say Zois Chanukah. There's 2 Zois Chanukah. There's the Shammai Zois Chanukah and the Hillel Zois Chanukah. The Shammai Zois Chanukah is the first day. We don't call it Zois Chanukah because we pascha like Hillel. Which day we're going to call this is Chanukah? The last day. Look, all 8 days are actualized. Here you see the full power. 8, of course, means the infinite light of Hashem, and we're bringing it to the world. So which day do we choose to call Zois Chanukah? Not the first day. Even the Torah calls it that. But the halacha says, we emphasize, today is Zois, or this is it. The whole world lit up with the light of Yiddishkeit. That's Hillel's message, Hillel's avodah, and therefore we call this day Zois Chanukah, not the first day. I just want to add, when Mashiach comes, we're going to light like Shammai. Because once the world is lit up already, now we're ready. Now we're going to go higher and higher, enter into the Kedusha, higher and higher. We're not dismissing Shammai. His avodah is even higher than Hillel. But it comes only once the world is illuminated. Then we're ready. Then we're ready. The whole world should become one big Fabrengen, one big davening, one big learning. Come inside, come into the world of Kedusha. Because we've built, the world is fixed, it's all done. So, God willing, we're ready for the Shammai experience. Now, this Hanukkah, as once the Rebbe said, the world will be full with Fabrengen, which is the inside. It's not out there, it's inside. Chassidus and learning and davening and inspiration. Have a wonderful Zeis Hanukkah, and we should merit the big miracles in our day. The return of the hostages taken from Miyad, complete
Amen.
victory, and to see
Amen.
the of the Menorah and the Beis Hamikdash with Mashiach noch today. Amen.
Amen.
Amen,
Thanks,
Rabbi.
guys,
Have a
for
beautiful
joining.
Shabbos.
Hope it wasn't too fast. We went quickly, but we got the idea.
It was great,
Yeah.
as usual.
Okay, shkoyach, guys.
Have a beautiful
David, Ari,
Shabbos.
good to see you.
Good Shabbos, Rabbi. Thank you.
Good Shabbos.
Be well.
It's a new whole